Good morning. I just want to give everyone an idea of my morning routine. I come out and let the chickens out of the chicken coop into their chicken run. This morning, before I do that, I'm going to give them some water. It's been really hot here, hot and sunny the past few days, and I need to give them a little bit of water in their outdoor watering container. They have a waterer that's inside the chicken coop. It's very important that chickens get a lot of water. Now, I have this cucumber that I picked this morning. You can see it's turned yellow, so it's not a cucumber we're going to use. I'm going to feed it to the chicks. I'm going to cut it open. That makes it easier for them to eat it, so they don't have to peck through the hard skin. And I'm going to put it here for them when they come out. When I let them out of the chicken coop this morning through that door, they can come out and try out this fresh, overgrown cucumber. The chickens in this coop are our 5 youngest of the new Swedish Flower chicks. Here they come. There's a white one, a brown and white, 2 white ones. There's like a black one with white tips, feathers, and a brown one with white tip feathers, and another brown one with white tip feathers. I'm calling these guys Mozart and Beethoven because of their feathery crests. Now this is Mozart. He's got a smaller feathery crest that isn't covering his eyes. Look at the behavior of Beethoven here with the large feathery crest. He's behaving to me like he can't see anything. Maybe his crest is covering his eyes a little too much, but he's very cautious. See, he's really confused. He was eating some scraps from yesterday's cucumber. But he doesn't really know which way to run. I feel like he can't see very well. So I'm going to try to fix that later on. I'm going to come out and see if I can clip some of the feathers away from his eyes. And maybe that'll help him see a little bit more. And sometimes he tries to peck something, but he can't even hit it because he can't see it very well. Anyway, these are Swedish Flower chicks that we got from a farm in Vermont called Sugar Feather Farm. And they are, I enjoy them a lot. They are a dual use chicken. They lay eggs, and some people use them for meat. They are not, technically they're not a breed of chicken. They're what's called a Landrace. And I guess a chicken breed will have lots of characteristics that breeders look for that make them all the same. And these Swedish Flowers, being a Landrace, they're very different. There's not something that makes them all look alike or behave alike. They're called a Landrace. They were just allowed to to breed freely and not for specific characteristics. So I find them very interesting. They're somewhat wild. There's Beethoven finally finding a cucumber that they can dig into. I'm gonna work on your. I'm gonna give you a haircut a little later on, little poof head. You have trouble even running around. So we'll let these guys eat their cucumbers, and we'll go let the other chickens out. Okay, here's our new chicken coop with our other bunch of Swedish Flower hens. We'll go in and let them out for the morning. First I'll give them a little water here, fill up their water. These guys also have an indoor water container for when they're in the coop. They lock them in at night, let them out during the day. I've got a little ramp here. Put up their ramp so they can walk down gently. How's it going in here? It looks like you might need some food. I'll have to fill that up later. Now these Swedish Flowers we got from a farm in Mississippi called Breese Farms, and they've been really good. See if you can tell which ones are roosters. Maybe they'll crow for us a little later on. They're very cautious coming out of the chicken coop. Now that one's a rooster. I can tell for sure. Yeah, look at his curly tail feather. Beautiful. There's another rooster. They like to stretch their wings in the morning and flap around. Are you a rooster? I think so. Look at your curly tail feather and your tall comb. See how high they can fly? I'm glad I put up that tall fence. That's a rooster for sure. He's just learning how to crow. These chickens all have a speckled and kind of wild look. You're a rooster. Look at your curly tail feather and your tall comb, also standing very upright. And we'll go down here. See, he can't even avoid being caught, the poor thing. The feathers are in his eyes. Yeah. So he's having trouble seeing, I think, because it's hard for him to get around. We'll call this guy Beethoven. Although it could be a girl. All right, let's get you ready for your hair treatment. So there's the scissors. Now, what I'm gonna do is wrap you up in this old t-shirt because you probably won't like getting your hair cut. You probably won't like being wrapped up either. But this will make it easier, I think. Easier to hang on to you. Okay. I'm gonna... Here we go. And Yeah, I think that'll be better. Need to be able to get... Turn your head toward me a little. That little lump right there, I think. Yeah. Somewhat better. There's a little bit right there. Okay. What do you think? Maybe a little bit more up here. PoofHead getting a haircut. I want you to be able to see. I want to try that. See if it's any better. There's one little feather. Let's see if that's any better. What does it look like? Can you see your eyes? I'll do a little more. I can see it hanging down now. The feather's hanging down. Yeah, we gotta get those. Yeah, like that one. A little better on this side. Yeah, there's still some hanging down. All right, it's hard for me to see. Trying to be careful here.
Its eyes are very close to here.
Shall we try that? Let's see, what does that look like? You still have a low eyebrow. All right, the trimming is all done. We'll put you back with your friends and see if you are able to see a little bit better. Let's go back. Nice and warm in there. Okay, here we go. All right, PoofHead. Look at that. We can see your eyes now. Look at you. Oh, you can see your feet. You can see the other chickens. You should get a drink of water. You look overheated. It's later in the evening, and the chickens have all gone into the coops to roost. I'm going out to close the door. I do this every evening. Just like every morning I open the door. You can get automatic doors for these things, but I like to come out and make sure they're closed myself and make sure there's nothing going on out here and everything is okay. Chickens are very sensitive to light. They wake up in the morning when the sun comes up, and they lay their eggs, and then they eat and drink and dig for grubs, and look for bugs all day long and explore. And then when the sun goes down, they go back into their chicken coop all by themselves. As long as they have a place that they know they can go in, they go back into their coop and they roost for the night. Let's see if we can look inside this coop and see the chickens roosting for the evening. I'll shine my flashlight in there. They won't like it, but we can see them. There they are, up on the roost. Yep, they're gonna sleep up there for the night. And tomorrow I'll be back out to open the door for them. Put their ramp down. Close the door up. Just like that. So that's my evening routine for the chickens.